Hello and welcome back to Horrific Horror Review. I'm Jim King.
I'm Eric B.
So yeah, we're back.
Yeah, it was hot.
It's still hot.
So hot.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Really
sweating,
hot.
working outside kind of guys.
Yeah, it sucks. It's hard to do this and work outside at the same time.
So we were inspired to record again because we both watched some Star Trek movies recently.
Yeah,
Which is funny because I got a ton of horror to talk about.
And
but
Jim's daughter is visiting, doing a summer thing, so we have time. Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, I watched Motion Picture last night.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Deeger.
And what year was that? 79?
I think so.
Yeah, it wasn't quite 80, was it?
No, it was in between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. I'm
It
pretty
was.
sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
And it had some great sounds and some cool lasers and a bald lady.
It had
the coolest ending ever, I think.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture was the Enterprise was beautiful.
It was. It was nice looking.
For the first time.
Right? It wasn't all
You
beat
know,
up and shitty. It was brand new.
Like as kind of like, Trek. I don't know if I was so young. I don't know, but I don't know if it was where it is now as far as like popular culture and nerds loving it. I think so. I think that's why it got a movie in the first place. Because there had to be people that obsessed over every little inch of the Enterprise.
And I think they saw like all the marketing from Star Wars happening, and they're like, we got to cash in on this.
Yeah, and they kind of missed the ball on the action figure tip.
They did.
There were no cool fucking Star Trek toys.
No, they were horrible. The toys I did see were horrible.
All they had to do was do like cheap reproductions of the G.I. Joe figure. Or even the fucking cheap-ass original Star Wars figure.
Which was the Spock that I had, by the way. Looked exactly like a knockoff G.I. Joe. And he had that weird squishy head.
I never had any Star Trek figures.
It was horrible.
Ever.
It was like,
ever,
and it wasn't like the full-size or the mini. It was like an 8-inch figure.
I don't fucking remember ever seeing any shit like that.
I lost the phaser immediately.
Yeah, you lose shit like... Oh, wait a minute. So, okay, the only Star Trek toys from the OG I can remember were, like, those big, like
the 12-inch.
12-inch dolls.
Yeah,
like a fucking doll.
I had a smaller version of that.
Like a Barbie doll.
Totally.
With actual fabric clothes.
Yeah, and fabric clothes. Like
and,
felt
like,
shirts.
if you took fucking Kirk's clothes off and put fucking, like, Barbie's boyfriend's clothes on him, he would fit right the fuck in. Like, it was a doll, bro.
Exactly.
I hated those fucking things. I forget what that company is called. They're worth a lot of money now. Those fucking things.
They are tons of money.
But
horrible toys. Anyway.
The Enterprise is beautiful in this fucking movie. And they let you know, too, because they fucking have, like, those long, drawn-out 10-minute shots. Of like, it moves so slow. That movie's so slow.
Crapped. And even the dynamic, exciting parts were super slow. It was weird.
I was thinking about this when I was watching Star Trek. And I remember, like, you're more of a Star Wars fan.
Totally.
Than a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
But you were a NASA kid. Like,
totally,
you were into NASA.
Oh, yeah.
And Star Trek's way more NASA than Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Star Wars is way kind of like medieval in a lot of ways, like fantasy,
Exactly.
And Star Trek is very
It's just the
science
next evolutionary step of our NASA program.
And not far either in our future. Like, it's a few hundred years. So, like, our culture isn't that different. Like, it's the ideal version of our present culture. Do you know what I mean? It's not like one that's so, like, bizarre and changed and different. It's clearly the culture we're living in now having evolved. Like, it hasn't been stomped out by machines. Do you know what I mean?
Terminator never happened.
And it's like, it's the ideal version of what could happen.
So on a side note, real quick,
if you're a
Terminator
fucking
trailer,
socialist.
Because to me it looks like a piece of shit. I'm just going to throw it out there.
It looks terrible.
Like a piece of shit.
We haven't talked about it.
I saw it at the movie theater.
At all.
I saw the trailer in it.
At all. We haven't. I didn't bring it up to you because I don't have anything good to say about it.
I agree about that anyway.
I have nothing good to say about the Terminator trailer. And I don't want to, like, there's, I guess there's, like, a huge, stupid-ass, like, I don't know, backlash from. There's a lot of guy stuff. There's a lot of okay. There are a lot of original Terminator fans that are like guys who feel like they've been attacked preemptively. Like, you're not gonna like this movie because you can't handle a strong woman. you know, and they're just like, what are you talking about? That's all the Terminator is about. Is strong woman.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up.
But it felt like the comeback of Halloween, but not the same grace. I don't know.
Okay.
She looks very weathered.
Here's the thing: is it's all women. They've completely subtracted the male element.
Right.
The only male-looking thing in the trailer is a robot trying to kill them until
Which
the
looks
very
like
end.
a young Stranger Things kind of kid.
And
Arnold made an appearance in the trailer.
Can I say I was fucking disappointed when I saw the bad guy Terminator.
Me too.
I was
He's not
fucking
threatening at all.
bummed out.
Like, I could beat that kid up.
And I guess here's the point. That's the point.
I guess.
He's an infiltrator unit. You want him to be you don't want to look at, holy fuck, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right. Just
you
another
know?
millennial.
Just a fucking dork in a fucking, like, cardigan. And that's going to be the guy who's going to kill you. You know? And
Right.
he's like, the one thing that kind of, I'm not saying it saved it, but the one thing that I was like, oh, that's cool, was when his liquid metal skin comes off of his endoskeleton, Terminator endoskeleton,
Right.
and becomes two fucking Terminators.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's a cool fucking idea.
It is. It's going to be
That's
a special
really-
effects bonanza.
Is that
right?
is that one cool idea gonna fucking save that fucking train wreck of a movie?
No.
I doubt it. I don't think that's gonna be enough.
I felt like the trailer, it was extended to like a 4-minute trailer. I felt like I watched the movie. I was good on it after that.
Oh, did you watch? See,
I saw it
I've
at the
only
theater.
seen like a maybe 2-minute
I saw it
YouTube
long.
trailer.
I saw it at the theater.
Okay, see, I don't go to the theaters.
I saw it at the start of Spider-Man.
So, well, okay, I'll tell you what I saw. You clearly saw more. So I'll tell you what the fuck I saw. I saw a fucking girl that kind of looks like Keira Knightley's really tall, been working out softball player sister, right? Just like her badass sister, right?
Okay.
Who's got like a cool girlfriend, and you don't want to fuck with her really.
Right.
Like, do her sister right. And she, she's fighting the really lame-looking bad guy Terminator in like a UPS factory hub or or a factory something. Maybe it's just because of where I've worked, but I was like, wow, that looks like the UPS hub, where they were. Anyway,
See,
it's a factory.
I didn't see that at all. I don't
where
think.
they're fighting. And
I saw them fighting on the freeway.
there's this. She like whacks him with an axe or something. It's like, I think that's even how the trailer ends, is with her swinging an axe like in a concrete or something. But it's mostly them in a truck fleeing from the douchebag Terminator in a bigger truck. Very classic Terminator scenario.
Sure, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
With
Terminator.
the windshield punched out.
Maybe.
Sure.
And eventually, and then, Sarah Connor pops up.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom,
If you
boom.
wanna
Like,
survive,
total
get in the
badass.
car.
And fuck, it's like, oh my god, it's Sarah Connor. And Sarah Connor, to me, beats Ellen Ripley in a badass bitch fight. Personally, for me. When I saw that bitch doing pull-ups in an insane asylum, I was like, fuck every bitch on the planet. This is the baddest chick I've ever seen in my life. Like, she would fucking beat Wonder Woman's ass. She's a it was crazy. I was like, wow. She's fucking awesome. She just seems, there's something more dedicated to
I got you.
physical power
Right.
that Ellen Ripley doesn't have. Do you know what I'm saying?
Except for when she, at the end, when she was in that, when she was like half alien,
right,
half her.
right, but
Then
that
she was
was
a pretty cool
a
predator.
genetic
Right.
accident
It
as
doesn't count,
opposed
though,
to
I guess.
like
Right.
10,000 pull-ups.
Pull-ups,
in an
exactly.
insane asylum.
Fiend.
She got really cool, but
Yeah, I mean, when she was like one pumping the shotgun, she was cool.
she's cool, man.
But now that was like 30 years ago.
But she still looks cool.
No, I disagree.
You think she looks too old?
She looks a lot like a saddle my sister used to have.
I think they fucked up with her hair.
Yeah.
I think they gave her an old lady hair. Like, okay, she's trying to look too young now.
Hair.
Like, don't give her this funky hair. Like that's like the sassy mom hair.
Yeah, they put it back in a ponytail and a baseball cap.
She's or even better, like some fucking braids or cornrows or something.
Shave it off.
You know, some Viking braids or something, man.
See, I'm all about the bald lady now because of the Star Trek. She should just shave.
Oh
it.
yeah,
So what Star Trek did you watch recently?
I watched Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
Ew.
And then no, wait, here, let me tell you what order I watched.
Okay.
I watched shit. it's the okay, sorry. It's the fourth one. Okay, I always forget the title.
Home?
No. You're right. The fourth one is the Voyage Home. Fuck, I'm sorry.
The dumb whale
it's
one?
the fifth one. I watched the fifth one.
The Genesis one?
No, that's part 2 and part 3. It's the one here. It's
The Search for Spock is after he dies. And
Search for Spock is part. So it goes motion picture, The Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, The Voyage Home. The one I watched,
okay, I think I gave up by then.
So
what's that even about?
I'll tell you.
It's the whales. Or it's not.
No, that's
after
part
the
4.
whales. Okay.
That's part 4.
Yeah, what's left?
The one I watched, like 3. I think. 3. I think there's 3 more. I believe.
Please don't.
I don't know. I didn't watch all of them. That's for fucking sure. But I watched this one, and it's after. So they've saved Spock. They've saved the whales. They've saved the planet.
Okay.
They've they're what are they doing now? Oh fuck! You got me off track. I did watch part 3 though. You don't like part 3? Why? It was a really look. If you want to bring back Spock, it's a really cool way to like the way they connected it with the Genesis project and how that was a really that's pretty clever.
Yeah,
you know that was
like
clever.
talking as far as like horror and monsters go.
Yeah,
those things that they stuck in those dudes' ears in Wrath of Khan.
There are some cool words.
Super high in like my childhood scare factor.
Me too. They're gross.
Fuck man,
I'd make those a lot out of clay. Play-Doh and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Those fucking things affected me.
There were some pretty cool.
They pulled the babies out from underneath the shell of that looking.
They were like serrated plates.
Yeah.
On its back. And you separate it, and there was like the mushy flesh.
Tongs. Yeah.
Pull them out. Drop them in your fucking helmet. Put your helmet on. Fuck you, Khan.
You're worst ever.
Gross.
Ricardo Montalban.
He's probably one of the best villains ever. You know, like
with
I'd
the
say
worst wig ever.
For sure, probably top 10 villains of all time, like all film of all time.
Yeah, he was.
Khan is probably in the top 10 best
Shatner
villains.
Screaming Khan makes it all worth it. It was, it was funny when I watched Motion Picture last night. It was hard to watch Shatner holding in his gut. Like, he had these really tight shirts holding it in.
So you were watching that in Motion Picture, right?
Yeah, it felt like Baywatch. Like, the when fucking Knight Rider started holding his stomach in, too. It was really funny. Like, they even designed his uniform to where the belt buckle was middle of his belly to, hold it in more.
So, last night, I watched The Final Frontier.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And it is... I couldn't remember the title. And I can never remember the title. To the fucking Final Frontier. I want to call it the Undiscovered Country every fucking time. And I know it's not it every fucking time. The Undiscovered Country, it comes later. But it's the one where the Klingon ambassador gets assassinated and they think it's the Federation. They actually think it's Kirk. They think Kirk did it. And he gets thrown into fucking Klingon Siberia.
Jail. Right.
It's fucking awesome. I think that was like the last time Kirk was like a real badass to me. Like, he was too old to be doing it. He didn't look anything like his fucking stuntman. But I was like, okay, I'm still kind of buying
You're still
Kirk.
feeling it.
You know, a little bit. It's kind of
Little bit.
still kind of fun. Like, actually, even after losing me in 3 in the search for Spock, I'm watching that end fight with Kirk and fucking Christopher Lloyd as the fucking Klingon captain, and I'm like, that's not William Shatner. The whole fight. They did a couple
Right.
fucking close-ups
Right.
where, you know, it's Shat, but that guy was not Bill Shatner. He was in really good shape. And then they'd cut to Bill Shatner with, you know, and he's just, and he's terrible physically.
So what is this movie about?
Oh, The Final Frontier is about Spock's brother, Sybok.
Oh.
It's really cool.
Okay, I kind of remember this.
So Spock's brother, he's into like emotions and shit. Vulcans aren't into, you know,
Right,
they don't do
right.
the emotion thing. And he's like, no, man, it's the opposite. The road to, you know, enlightenment's through our emotions, not squashing them.
And he's a true Vulcan? Or?
He's 100% Vulcan, unlike
Okay.
Spock.
Okay.
He's a full-blood, his mother was a Vulcan princess, apparently. Yeah. And
Okay.
he gets denounced, you know, by whatever, you know, Vulcan religious sect it is. I'm not a Trekkie, so I'm not real 100% sure. I do love Star Trek, though. And,
We'll call it the Lochnar.
yeah, whatever it is. They fucking kick his ass out. And he goes looking for enlightenment, and he thinks he finds God. He thinks God is talking to him and telling him where, like, I'm on this planet, come get me. Bring a starship, come get me.
Right.
And he steals the Enterprise.
And he gets duped.
And he gets duped like a bitch.
Yeah, I remember this.
Because it really, honestly, it seems like it was more like the devil.
Right.
That
right.
really,
Right.
like, oh fuck. Like, this is this guy, like, this insanely powerful being that's been, like, jailed here for some fucking reason by powers we don't know of billions of years ago. Like, it's wild. It
like
was
a spinning mirror in
it-
space.
really cool. And apparently, the shots of that planet, the God planet, were, like, I guess it's, like, legit shots of our sun through some weird radiation filter.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
But, it was a good one. I like that one. I like that one a lot. It was the second one I ever saw in the theater.
Okay.
I think I went to see that with a friend and his dad. And I remember really liking it. I think in the beginning it kicks off with them at Yosemite National
Riding
Park
horses?
camping. No, that's in Generations.
Okay.
That's in the one where they kind of like, they start off with the OG cast and they move to the next generation, like picks up the rest of the movie. And
Because they're caught in that wave
it was really bad.
with Malcolm McDowell.
Malcolm
right?
McDowell's in it, and he was
Right.
fucking really cheesy and bad. And you could tell he
was.
was like, cha-ching,
Yeah,
pay me.
It was a paycheck, right?
Star Trek people.
Right.
Pay me, spaceman, whatever.
I can add this to my Comic-Con dossier.
It's a riot, that guy. But
Yeah, okay.
So it starts and Kirk is rock climbing.
Right, yeah. It's not the
And
same one.
He's really high and he falls. He's and Spock
And
catches
then it's
him.
a holodeck?
He's wearing
Oh, no.
rocket boots. No, it's legit. They're really camping.
Oh, the ski boots, rocket boots. I
They're rocket
remember
boots,
those.
bro.
Okay.
And there's at one
Gosh,
point there's some
man.
really bad wire work where Spock catches Kirk just before he hits the ground, which was a catch that would have ripped his leg off his body.
Right.
But and Spock has his rocket boots on, but he's completely horizontal. Like he should be dragging Kirk through the bushes, but instead they're just kind of like, it was just bad tech, but it was forgivable because it's Star Trek and it's cheesy. And then I expect to see some cheese, legit cheese, not like we're winking at you cheese.
Right.
Like, no, this is really bad.
Yeah.
But it's you
But
forgive
here
it.
it is. Forgive it.
I like that one a lot, and I think the next one's the one where the Klingon guy gets assassinated.
I think the whales is where I gave
You have a real problem with the Voyage Home.
It's dumb.
I love it.
It's so dumb.
I love it. And can I tell you why I love it?
Please enlighten me.
I
think it's because how old you were when it came out.
That has a lot to do with it. I went to see it with my grandfather. That probably
Right,
has
so
a
it comes
lot
with
to do
fond
with it.
times.
But what I liked, what I remember affecting me about seeing that movie in the theater as a in a dark ass theater as a young kid, was the probe.
Yeah,
was kind of fucking scary.
It was scary. It was scary.
Like,
how it dropped out of that big giant container.
It's just this big black pillar floating through space. Kind of like reminiscent of the monolith from
Almost
2001.
Yeah.
Like just this big, and it looks like stone. Like it looks like rock.
It looks very rough.
But it's been machined
on,
certain parts of it, and there's no real character to it.
It reminded me of not the movie, but the
there is
description
character to it.
Of the containers that they used to fold space in Dune.
Oh yeah,
it had that. Feel
it had a Dune look about it. Way less Star Trek.
Yeah.
Way more like, whoa, that's fucking scary. Like that's fucked up. And it looks like ancient technology.
Right.
Like this technology is maybe hundreds of millions of years old.
Right.
And someone mentioned something.
Came back to talk to the whales.
Yeah, well, okay.
And if the whales don't answer, we're gonna fucking fuck your planet up.
Which is the basic, like, that's it.
So now we've got time travel.
That's pretty much
the
story.
Whales, figure out how to make a time traveling spaceship / aquarium.
A giant spaceship.
And they're like humpbacks,
comes
right?
to
Like
Earth,
they're big. Like they're
says, talk to me, some whale, talk to me. Or I'm going to fucking destroy the planet. Right. And, actually Spock at one point says, hey, it might not even be doing this on purpose. This might just be, it's communicating, and its way of communication is like just fucking wreaking havoc on the planet. Like it might not even be on purpose.
Right.
But so we need to talk to this fucker, so he shuts the fuck up and goes away. And yeah, it turns out it's trying to talk to humpback whales, which have gone extinct in the future.
Right.
And what I appreciate about it now that I didn't as a kid, that now that I've watched like a lot of the original series, is that there were episodes of the original series of Star Trek where they would go back in time. There's maybe like 8 episodes where they go back in time.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that many, but fuck, they were doing it a lot.
Okay.
And it was kind of like, it seemed like a shout out to those episodes where you have the Star Trek crew bumbling around modern day wherever.
Right.
Those were cool episodes. Like they were cheesy and
okay, do you remember the one where like I guess maybe it was time traveling or maybe it's a different planet something, but it was they ended up looking very Bonnie and Clyde. Like
that was
Kirk
time
was
travel,
wearing the pinstripe suit and the fedora hat, and they're like driving around in old like 20s fucking Ford Roadsters.
I believe it was, yeah.
That shit was classic.
There were one specifically I remember. They go back in time, and they're kind of like bums, kind of like they have no money, and so they kind of like get these clothes, and they end up going to like a halfway house type place run by Joan Collins.
Nice.
And I think Kirk falls in love with her.
He falls in love with every girl in every episode.
He fell in love with every fuck. That was Kirk's thing. That was Shatner's thing.
Right. I want to boldly go where no.
Like it's written into my contract. It's not written in there, but with the handshake,
I get
a
a
babe
show
episode
where he said that when he kissed Uhura, it was the first white guy to kiss a black
It was
lady
the first
on
interracial kiss on television.
Like standard television. Right?
It was. I don't think it was the first interracial kiss in a film. I'm sure it wasn't. But
in like normal
on
mainstream
TV, where
did you ever see his like weird? I'm drinking a drink, smoking a cigarette, talking lyrics.
Mr. Tambourine Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really bizarre.
And you love it though, right?
Of course.
I know you do.
It's strange.
So weird.
He's a weird
His
guy.
facial expressions and the way he talks and when he makes eye contact with the camera, the whole thing's fucking creepy. Like if he would have said he was on acid, I would totally believe it.
He's a, you know what? He seems
dude.
like a sociopath to me. he's for sure a narcissist.
To kill hookers.
Like, without a doubt. Like, he's a classic narcissist. But he's fucking... I think he's really twisted. I do. I think
he has
Joe
the
Shatner
Patrick Swayze
is kind of a sick
basement.
guy. Yeah. He seems like he's hurt people. Do you know?
Or he pretends to be a horse or something.
Well...
He's got a thing.
His horse thing. And I love how he works his horse thing into fucking every movie. Like, I gotta be on a horse. I gotta be able to bring Trixie. I'm
gonna come riding in.
I'm
no
putting
matter
her through
what,
her paces right now, and I can't take time off from that. Figure a way to put her in the movie. He's
right in your magic.
Fuck Shatner.
Like, you do know this is a space movie, right?
You and the holodeck scene.
Yep. Whatever.
Fuck you, do it.
Right.
And dude, there was one, in the Final Frontier, with Cyborg, Spock's brother, and God.
They worked a horse into it.
They worked horses into it, but they put horns. They had horns on the horse, so they were space horses.
Like
I
tiaras?
think they were even, kind of unicorn style.
Oh my.
But more of like a dinosaur kind of hook.
Okay.
As opposed to like the traditional
What would
unicorn.
a space horse look like, guys?
And it's blue. It was blue.
Okay.
You couldn't really tell until the nighttime shots when it's getting hit with a spotlight and you see the blue paint all over it. Like, oh, that poor horse.
Right. And
then, for some reason in the daytime shots, it just wasn't showing up. It was just like a horse with a poor horse with a fucking horn glued to its forehead.
Okay, so still,
so right.
why do you like this movie? You like whale sounds?
No, that's you're confusing 4 and 5. What's cool is they actually I watched a few of them in a row. So I was like, at the end of 3, Kirk destroys the Enterprise. Because I'm kind of rediscovering Star Trek right now.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck, I
some
forgot.
of those other ships are really cool, too. I like the shapes of some of the other ones.
He self-destructs the Enterprise. Yeah, because it's the only way to get out of the situation that they're in. And there's no one on it. They've, half automated the whole ship because they're fucking stealing it. And it's been all fucked up from his fight with Khan. It's just like a wreck. And they're like, we're just going to fucking junk this shit anyway. He's like, well, fuck, they're just going to scrap it. Let's take it to go get Spock.
Right.
And, but that's, why do I like the whale one?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know, man. Spock's really cool in it. I wasn't that into Star Trek yet. I'd watched a few episodes of the original TV show.
Right.
And this was really my first real big delving into modern Star Trek. I'm sure I'd watched the motion picture as a really young kid, 4.
Probably
but
more
what fucking 4-year-old would give a fuck about that movie? It is so boring.
So
I know I watched it, and I know I was waiting for something to happen.
Yeah. I saw it in the theater with my dad, and it just never turned into Star Wars ever.
Painfully
I was
slow.
Oh my god, someone blow someone up.
It's so NASA. It's so, we're just going to go and observe this thing, and we're going to just keep observing it the whole movie.
Right.
And it's just going to reveal it to us what it is, which is one of the best endings ever.
It had some cool chambers, too. Like when Spock gets in the suit and shoots through the little, starfish-looking thing.
Star Trek The Motion Picture's story is a lot like the story from Part 4. A huge ship from deep space is coming towards Earth, and it's fucking shit up the whole way. And we don't know what it is, and we can't talk to it.
It's Big Dark Cloud.
Same fucking story. You know what I mean? It's it's real similar, dude. But the first one, the motion picture, that the thing, V'ger, the giant ship that's coming towards Earth, is huge.
Huge. Miles and miles and miles and miles. It's crazy.
Light years large. Light years large. Huge shit. And within it are planets that it's reconstructed.
Right.
That it's recorded as information. That it's
it's
a really cool idea for a nerd.
Yeah, it is really cool.
It's like the greatest library ever.
It took 24 hours to travel through that in a starship.
Is that what they said?
It was, they had 1 day left, and it was down to like 2 hours when they finally got to the center.
Oh, and they traveled through it that long?
24 hours.
Wow, that's really interesting. I don't remember that at all. I haven't watched it in a long time. I'm planning on watching the first one.
It was good. They popped them back up on Amazon Prime.
I know I'm in for like a long fucking sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just not ready.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I was like, oh, I need something simple, like Search for Spock. And then, the whale one, that's a fucking laugh. Let's watch, let's see, you know. And there are some really cheesy parts in that one. Red Foreman's dad is that, like, space president.
Yes.
President of the Federation. He looks great. I love Klingons, man. Klingons are always cool.
I like the old ones, not so much the new ones.
What, like the JJ ones or the fucking
no
Discovery ones, man?
Yes. The JJ
what
ones
the fuck? Don't get me started on this shit. They changed it. Look, I knew they would change everything. They would have to, right?
Right.
It doesn't make sense that they... Now, granted, Tarantino... No, if that's not just an internet joke, if Tarantino is legit even considering directing a Star Trek movie, it would be an homage to the original 1960s television show. It would have to be.
It would be.
Otherwise, it wouldn't work.
And bare feet.
And I think he'd be able to do it. I do. I think if he did it, and he did it, he'd be able to mic drop that bitch and never make a movie again. Well, it could be his Citizen Kane. If he does it and knocks it out, done.
Here's the thing. When I saw the preview at the movie theater last weekend,
awesome,
for the movie that's coming out, it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It says Tarantino's second to last film.
Man,
like it's a banner across the top of it.
God,
like it's already.
I don't buy that shit though, but I kind of do because he only makes a movie every fucking whatever, and
right.
he's not going to rush it. He doesn't have to.
Exactly.
You know,
we'll see.
Rushing. I'm not rushing to crank out another movie.
How many times have we heard that's the last of something? Hell froze over. The Eagles toured.
He'll get bored.
Exactly.
He'll do something like. He's, he doesn't count Jackie Brown. He doesn't count Dusk Till Dawn. He doesn't count a lot of his movies that are as his movie.
Right.
He's written
collaborations with Robert Rodriguez and stuff.
Like, he's done a lot of other work. Like he'll always work.
Yeah.
But as far as like a Quentin Tarantino epic,
have you watched him play yet?
No. No, bro.
So fucking good.
No.
So fucking good.
I don't run the TV at my house.
Fucking good.
I watch a lot of things. I watch everything on my phone. Everything.
You can't watch that on a phone.
And I don't want to watch it on my phone now.
I watch a
lot of Brad Mondo. It's great. No, it's not really. But I love my girlfriend. And I got my phone. I'll sit there and watch I watch.
Is there a new Bond going to be a lady?
I
know you're in the Bond loop.
That's clickbait, man.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, okay. I think she might be a 00.
Okay.
Something like that.
I got no problem with that.
No, of course not.
But I don't want a Jamie Bond.
Well, that's just ridiculous. No, Daniel Craig's in it, so, there's no fear of someone else not being Bond, because Daniel Craig's obviously in it. And I think that's just, when they say new Bond, it's like in quotes, new Bond. Do you know what I mean? She's like a secret agent.
Gotcha.
I think that's...
Okay.
Because I won't click on that article. I won't do it. So that's
why I asked you, because I
won't go there, man, because I love Bond, and I just don't, stop fucking with it. I feel like ever since Cubby Broccoli died, something's different. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like
the intro soundtrack to everything.
I don't know.
There's so many movies that you got to catch up on. We got to talk about several that I keep thinking of that I know you didn't see it. You didn't see the fucking Godzilla yet, did you?
Which one? The new one?
The new one.
King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
No. No, I have not. What else?
Those monsters are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're
Well, okay.
fantastic.
I was looking online.
The 7 Deadly Sins in Shazam. You got to see those too. Those monsters are badass.
So there was a monster from Godzilla. I was looking through pictures of shit, and there was this one called the Behemoth. That's kind of like a sloth, woolly mammoth looking thing.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yep.
What is that like?
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
There was a few when you got to see like a collection of when there became a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
They were independently doing things in different places.
Yeah.
And it was like a flash. It was they didn't get a lot of their own personal time.
Okay.
Like,
so it wasn't
they were
like all of
in
them in one place.
At one point.
Yeah.
But it was like chaos. Like it looked like hell. Like it was just fire and chaos and
it's hard to tell.
destruction.
Okay, can I? One issue I have with modern movies, with movies that are made today, is there are these huge, massive scenes where I can't tell what the fuck is going on. There's 8,000 things happening on this, and it's not just a still fucking shot. It's moving and swerving and
I have issue with the
and it's on
Transformers movies.
fire.
The Transformers
like,
movies
what the
are
fuck
too much
is
to
going
me.
on?
Sometimes I see too many things happening at once.
I come from a place where Clint Eastwood
Practical
pulls out
effects.
a gun and shoots a motherfucker, and that's like the action in the movie. Do you know? Like I can keep track of what's going on.
It was
like,
a 2-camera situation.
Fuck, man, it's fucking insane. I'm sitting in a theater. God fucking forbid I'm not like right in the middle.
Right.
Because if I'm anywhere near the screen, it's just motion. It's just movement.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Jackson Pollock painting, just fucking in motion, just moving. I'm like, I just wasted $30. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I don't, and it's not the whole movie.
No kidding on the $30, by the way.
Yeah.
Fucking comfortable seats that recline. It's like $18 now.
I think that movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past. I think they're going to go away, man. I don't think
it's the
they can't.
That
Dude,
bringing people in.
Yes, but I just at like 300 mil a movie.
I know.
How can they keep this up? Possibly.
I don't know.
It's impossible because they've started to make some shit. You know,
Oh yeah.
like it's not all good.
Oh no.
And
no, it's not.
I don't fucking really have much to say about like comic book movies anymore because I don't watch
You
them.
don't like them.
I just don't watch them, man. You know, like because I don't want to not like them. Because when I watch them, I do like them. Like not all of them. I like Ragnarok a lot.
That's a great movie.
Fuck
That's
me.
a great movie.
Was that a good movie?
It had everything.
If you
Everything.
like comic books, you'll like Ragnarok. Like I like Marvel comic book movies. Period. If you like a comic book and you'd like that, I like those movies. You know, like if you like comics, you'll like Ragnarok. If you like comics, you'll like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because there's some deep cuts in Guardians of the Galaxy, like deep, and it's cool. It's just cool to see that shit, like finally, like in a movie, like in a lot of Jack Kirby's shit, especially.
Right.
The Stan Lee, you know, well, he's the only surviving guy. Like, fuck, of course he's gonna get all the props. They're all dead.
Right.
You know, fuck.
Stanley's dead.
Then he's cool, man. Now he's dead. Yeah, he died.
Yes.
Stanley died a long time ago now, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a shock to me.
I know it
That
is.
Stanley, because he was so old for so fucking long. Stanley's been old since I was a kid. You know, I remember him being on maybe the Electric Company with Spider-Man a couple times, possibly.
Really?
Yeah,
That's weird.
remember Spider-Man on the Electric Company?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I love
that
it.
was cool. He kind of seemed like almost villainy
His
it was a
spider
little
sense.
scary,
Yeah, a little
because he
bit.
didn't talk.
Yeah, at
It
all.
was only voice
Yeah,
bubbles and thought bubbles and shit.
Electric
Thought
lines.
bubbles. That's it. Oh, a
Coming on
spider
top of his-
sense.
Yeah. Which now really funny in the new movie they're calling the Peter Tingle.
So, did you see the new movie?
I did.
How do they portray his? do they portray his spider sense visually or no? There's no like cool lines.
Occasionally, his armor will go up.
Oh man, that's bogus.
If I
want him to go full on comic book.
Woo! No.
You know, fuck it. It's a comic book. No. Do it.
He makes a face, and it's his aunt and Happy, the John Favreau.
I heard they get it on. Not get it on, but you know what I mean.
He likes her.
They're kind of flirty.
Oh yeah, they're totally flirty.
You know,
but like they get in this weird moment of crisis where they're all like admitting things because they think they're gonna die.
Yeah.
And he admits that he likes Peter's.
Oh, jeepers, creepers!
And he's like, and they look at him all crazy, you know. And he looks at him like, "What? I thought we were sharing stuff, and we're
what? We're gonna die." I like him.
Which Mysterio was a good bad guy. He was.
I've always liked Mysterio.
I liked the outfit. I was really bummed that there was no outfit
because of his fucking fishbowl helmet.
Dude, the outfit was cool.
But
there was no outfit. It was all fucking drones. It was all cameras.
No, when you say it was all drone, you said that before. Like, that explain, well, it's all drones. Like, what, he's wearing drones? Like, what do you mean?
No, like, he's wearing one of those weird green screen suits.
Oh, is he really?
And he's got an ear mic like he's a telefucking communicator,
Yeah, no, I got you. Over. He's got, like, a Bluetooth.
Yeah, like he's a telemarketer looking fucking dude. Yeah, and he's got this weird, like...
He's wearing khakis.
No, it's like a body suit, like those green suits. You know, like a body yoga suit. Yeah. And then he's got, and so he's controlling thousands of drones that are flying in the air.
Okay.
And every one of the drones is a movie projector.
And it's projecting.
So it projects these huge catastrophes, and it projects him flying in with this fishbowl thing and all these green lasers and everything. It's all a fucking show. Like, as soon as the cameras go off, nothing's happening. Nothing. There's no cars on fire. There's no destroyed building, except for when he gets the drones. Like, he's got another array of drones that fly around, like in the Matrix, like those ones. And they'll ram a building really hard on the edge and bust out a bunch of bricks. But when you're looking at it, it was a monster punching.
Right.
But it's actually just an army of thousands of drones.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, like there's no real suit.
I was wondering.
He like builds like the biggest holograms ever. Like he gets Peter to give him Stark's glasses, and the glasses have like the control of the world under him. Like it controls this Star Wars thing in space, everything.
Stark tech,
all the Stark tech in those fucking sunglasses.
Oh,
so he like
does Peter know this?
Yeah, he gets him. Fury gives him to him, kind of. I won't ruin everything, but like anyway. He like does this whole hologram thing where they're in this bar, and they go in to have a drink after they've kicked these monsters' asses, and Peter's having a root beer, and fucking he's having a beer, and he realizes I wasn't supposed to have the glasses. I was trusted to give them to the right person, and you're this great guy, Mysterio, that comes in and saves the day, and you're such a nice guy, and he's very fatherly figuring to him, and you know Stark's dead, so he needs that now. So he gives him the glasses, and as soon as Peter leaves, the whole hologram of the bar is gone. And there's all these ex-Stark employees, and they're all laughing, and like it's a whole different setting. It's like these drones fly around everywhere creating these scenes. It's all fake. The whole fucking thing's fake, man.
What?
It was weird. It was really weird.
Crazy. Wow.
So, yeah, like, as far as like the cool suit and the Mysterio fucking fishbowl helmet and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was never real.
It wasn't even a fishbowl helmet.
Never.
Oh, man.
But the hologram guy version of it, when he's standing there, that fucking fishbowl thing would do this. It would go...
Really? Like it would, like, come up...
Up out of his, like, collar.
Like, yeah.
It was pretty fucking cool. And it'd get all cloudy and crazy in there. Like, you couldn't see his face at all. Like,
yes! It's supposed to be, like, all smoky and misty in there.
Yeah, it was, like, greenish blue.
Look, man.
It was cool,
man. They did a really fucking good job of recreating that costume from comic book to real life.
It looked real campy, like a costume.
I'm really... Were there two versions of it? Were there?
Yeah.
I was looking at stills from the movie, and it looks like there's two Mysterio costumes.
He wears one costume for like a press conference.
Okay.
Where he's actually wearing a stupid costume.
Okay.
And at the end of it, he's like, "Get this fucking stupid costume off of me!"
Really?
Like no fishbowl, none of the theatrics, just the stupid outfit, kind of.
Really?
Yeah. And he has a cape.
Yes, he does.
Which is hilarious because
he sure fucking does.
Peter wants a cape. For the Spidey outfit.
No capes.
Yeah, he tells him how bad the cape is and everything. there's lots of twists in that. Like, they laid the groundwork like you would expect for a bunch more movies of
They
a
said
different
I
caliber.
read 9 today.
Yeah, like the end of it, like
Fuck, Tom.
Fury wasn't even in the movie like you thought he was. It was these skin changer dudes that were Fury talked into going and being Fury for him, because Fury's in a fucking ship in space right now on a hologram vacation. Like, he's sitting on the beach, but when he stands up and walks away, it's a holodeck, and he's totally in space with, like, Guardians of the Galaxy situation out there. He's chilling in space.
Is he
now.
legit on vacation?
Oh, no. He
Or
was
is
just taking
he-
a break and doing
Okay.
something else.
I was going to say that doesn't
Skeevy,
sound like
because
Nick Fury.
he's doing something in space he should.
Do you? Okay, real quick, man. Do you know the Original Sin comic book line?
No.
Have we talked about that ever?
No.
With Nick Fury.
No.
All kinds of shit about Nick Fury. Turns out Nick Fury is one in a line of like maybe hundreds of guys who have passed on this title called the Watcher on the Wall.
Okay.
And it's like, you protect planet Earth.
Okay.
It's a secret
He's
fucking thing.
Part of the Knights of Templar shit now?
But there's only one. There's the one that's doing it, and then when he dies,
The
he
new
is
one.
usually in a situation, you know,
So it's like Demon Knight.
very similar.
It's got to hang out.
And this like rocket pack, fucking rocketeer type dude, like comes swooping in and saves the day. One time when Nick Fury's like thinks he's busting spies and it's like aliens and shit, he's like, "What the fuck?" And this dude just comes swooping in and laser blasts everybody, but gets fucked up. And he's like, "I'm dying." He's like, "You're a fucking badass spy. Come here. You're the next dude." And passes on like all this technology and shit to him.
Okay.
And there's like bases all over Earth, on the moon, fucking all kinds of tech and weapons and shit.
Nice.
For every Skrull invasion to Earth, there's 9 others that Nick Fury stopped by himself. Like, that we don't know, that we never find out about. That the superheroes never hear about. Like, he's a fucking badass. Like, it's like, you find out that Nick Fury fights the Avengers by himself. Dude, it is sick. He kills Watu the Watcher, cuts his fucking eyeballs out. Dude, it's insane how badass Nick Fury is. And
Did you see Captain Marvel?
No,
Okay.
I didn't. But I'm kind of hoping that this is the direction they're going in with Nick Fury. Like if Sam Jackson is the comic book fucking badass that he like claims he is, and he's Nick Fury, he better have fucking read Original Sin. And if you're playing Nick Fury, that's the storyline you fucking want to do. That's it.
Right.
Original, that's the one, man. Like, it is fucking crazy. He goes to war against the entire Marvel universe.
Right.
Just because they don't know what the fuck's going on. And he can't tell
And
them.
he does.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Dude, Thor's
That's
coming
funny.
at him. Thor.
Yeah.
Full on fucking Thor. And fucking Fury, like, does some, like, crazy karate shit, gets behind him, whispers something in his ear. Thor goes, "What?" Drops his hammer, goes, "Whoa, wait," and can't pick it back up. It won't let him pick it back up. It's like all of a sudden he's unworthy.
Oh,
Just because it's fucking Nick Fury
Something
just
Fury
whispered
said.
something in his ear. Like, it's phenomenal, bro.
crazy.
It's so good, and yeah, I hope they give, like, Sam Jackson that storyline someday. Because he's getting old, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's
I don't know
get
how
to
many
it already.
more movies he's even in. His contract's up with the rest of everybody else, I think.
No, so no more Captain America, eh? I didn't even watch this fucking
No,
last movie.
No,
the last
Captain
one.
America. Everybody's gone, dude. I mean,
I
like, they
did
all
watch
came
the
back.
scene where Scarlett Johansson dies, though. Because I kept hearing about it. I kept hearing, "Oh, Black Widow, sacrifices herself." And I'm like, about time she did something.
For the Soul Stone,
Like,
exactly.
I guess they have had her do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I don't buy it because it's Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
Like, I don't feel threatened by her, even
Exactly.
if she could do those things.
She's a really cool spy.
She
would
just-
have really cool spy movies.
You know
She's
what?
just not an Avenger to
She
me.
seems too fucking high maintenance to me.
Same
It's
with the Archer
still coming
for
through.
me.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Hawkeye, he's just
Okay, again, that's probably what Yeah, they're both very similar, aren't they?
Yeah,
You
they died
feel
at
the
same
douchebag
time.
oozing through.
They're best friends. They died together.
Well, I mean, actor-wise, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like Jeremy Renner. Like I don't get. Like I don't have any fucking sympathy for Jeremy Renner. I just want him. I was hoping he would die.
Yeah, me too.
But it turned out to be her, which was whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm not invested in those characters for some reason.
Yeah, not really.
I
was
do.
okay with it.
I came to appreciate Chris Evans as Captain America. I don't know why I think of a couple other guys that I think would have been better.
Yeah, not many, but
But
I get it. He
he
grew on me.
He did.
There
I'll
was a
say
few
he
things
grew.
that
I'll say
still
that.
bum me out. Like
There's
picking up Thor's hammer drives me nuts.
Well, it's happened in the comics.
I'm sure it has, and that's
Because you don't like that idea
no.
of Cap being worthy. No, he's Cap, man.
See, it planted the seed of a whole bunch of shit. Like, do you remember back in?
He's not about politics.
They
man.
were all sitting around and they were drinking, and it was at Ultron, I think.
Nah.
And they were all trying to pick up Thor's
It
hammer.
that was Age of Ultron.
And Cap moved it.
Yeah, he inched it across the table.
So now apparently he could have picked it up right then. He just decided not to because he didn't want to fuck with Thor.
Is that what the fuck
That's the thing now, yeah, is that he always could have picked it up. He was always worthy.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, me too, but he moved it, so now
Well, yeah, he moved it, but he wasn't quite
you
worthy
can either
yet.
pick it up or not.
I think,
But-
you know what I mean? Like,
Because it turns into straight him, like he's got the big, Warhammer fucking axe thing, and he just throws Cap the fucking,
Mjolnir?
yeah, and they're just together fighting.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of
I
that.
don't know, it bugged me. Anyway, but I don't know. I'm not a huge Chris Evans fan, but
I'm not either.
he's Captain America for all purposes now.
Well, it's got to be somebody else now.
Oh,
It's got to be.
oh,
They're
handed
gonna.
the shield over.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
I'm not either
Okay,
at
'Cause-
all.
look. I know that in the comics, eventually, Falcon gets the shield and becomes a new Cap. But before that, it was Bucky for like a few years. He was the new Cap. And eventually he's like, you know what, I'm way too sick. I kill people. I shoot people in the face.
Right.
Like, I can't be Captain America.
Right.
And yeah, I just need to be Winter Soldier. Fuck it. Like that's, and that's cool. That's why I like.
He's just
that
retired in Wakanda now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Walking around one armed and shit?
Yeah.
Doop-de-doo, in
Yeah,
my
farmer.
toga.
Farmer.
And is he not? So, okay. Did it end with him with a robot arm?
He has one in a box.
But he doesn't
He
wear it
has
farming.
Wakandan technology. They bring it in a box to him when it's time to fight.
But they don't. But when he's
Other than
farming,
that, he's in a sling. He's got like a weird arm sling thing.
so he doesn't. So when he's farming, he's one armed.
Yes.
Wow. He's a badass.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the new robot arm thing is pretty tight. It's all like Wakandan technology too,
What's it look like?
Just like panels.
Oh, that's,
It's pretty cool with a really realistic hand.
you know what my favorite Iron Man
Very
armor?
Colossus looking.
I really liked the Iron Man armor from Part 2, the suitcase armor. That looked badass. I really liked that
When
armor.
he stepped into the beat.
Yeah, it wasn't like too big. Like it wasn't
No,
too
that's
big and
cool.
bulky. Like it was kind of slimmed down. And it was segments. It looked more like armor.
So you haven't seen the nanotech suits though.
I've seen bits and
He pulls the
pieces,
strings on his fucking hoodie,
man. Okay.
and it's like nanotech, like teeny little bugs. Like the whole fucking thing is like alive.
Dig it.
It's fucking badass. And like he's got all these weapons that like flat, like he's got like not connected to him.
Yeah.
Like, separated, like four
Yeah.
different panels that come. Woo! Like one fucking mega ray, fucking.
Right.
He's pretty badass. Like I love everything about Tony Stark. Towards the end, I love what they did with Iron Man. He was badass.
In the comics recently, he had this armor called like the Bleeding Edge armor, I think.
Okay.
And it was nanotech, but it was in his body. Like it would come out like his blood.
Yeah.
Like
He's fucking around with that. Too.
like it was like, what the fuck?
Right.
And it kind of fucked him. Like it kind of fucked with him. Like it made him kind of evil. Like he made this app where you would get superpowers, I think, or no, it would make you more attractive. I think that's what it was. It was like you'd
Sounds
be like
Stark.
super hot all of a sudden, but it cost like $100 a day, and people were addicted to it, and they would do anything to get the money. And people were like, "Tony, what the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making a mint pitch,"
Right.
and they're just like, "We think this new technology is kind of making you a little twisted.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my office!" Zoom. You know,
Right.
like, oh, they might be right, but
Well, that's our time.
okay, cool.
So yeah, we'll be back to it, I guess. Here and
Yeah,
there.
we could do
Come
it
back
again
and check it out.
tomorrow if you want.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But you work like 4 jobs. You tell me.
I'll figure it out. Until next time, thanks for listening.